We make woof effect. I would like to share with you what ways there are to improve the texture of your character. This is work of a student who made the texture of character from the first time in his life. He followed the lesson from our online school and my tips. And I am Lisa Sichel, a mentor at this school, and I have a couple of secret techniques that I will show you. This result in the picture is the work of our video tutorials. A student named Zive Arts created this with his own hands. And this is the result of my overpaint. At the end of the work, I show the students exactly how they can improve their work. Due to the fact that beginners may not see mistakes, I prompt them and point out that can be improved. That's exactly what they need to pay attention to. This is our school website, Enhance School. If you're interested, there are cool courses on hand-drawn textures and creating 3D charters. Here you can see how the work on the characters texture went. There we begin our journey into substance. We create the base color using our super smart hand painted material, which was created by our enhanced team. There is no similar analogy in other companies that can produce such a high quality result, but you can buy this material, it's cheap, or get it free if you join our courses. And finally, tipping. It was this student that I noticed a problem that solves half of his problems. It doesn't show color transmissions enough, from warm to cold, from light to shadow. Always use gradients. It gives your work a natural look, adds a lot of interesting and picturized shades to your work, making it picturized, not cardboard and monotonous. This is where I add a gradient to her hair, and I make the bottom of her hair redder and darker, and I make the top of hair light. I also get out wherever if it need to be in hair root and on the locks of hair. Anyway, here we learned how to draw hair, and here the overpaint stage where I draw on the top of the picture. Then the student decides that he is satisfied with the result, and I create this overpaint where I show him where we can approve the result. Because then students start work, they don't have a lot of reference in their head as it might ideally look like. Here I started by adding gradients to the clothes. I added a warm light from above and a cool color in the shadow. I did the same with the hair. I made lips more pink just by applying a medium shade of pink there and lowering the transparency of the layer. I do this in the normal layer mode. I also deepen it, the shadow in the crease of the eye. There was not enough volume. The fact that this place that's too bright, you can't see this volume of the tone by applying gray through the color layer mode. I also added more red shadow to nose. This is my favorite reference from both. The skin colors and skin tone are well understood. Do you see where the shadow is on the nose? The nostrils are located in the shade, and in the original picture of the girl we see separate nostrils, and there is not a single shadow under the nose. Then I added a red gradient to the skin. Before that, the bottom of the face was a colder color and a little bit too light, but it need be. I copied this layer and made it the color mode, so I made the bottom of the face even warmer. Boys can leave more cool color on their chin because they have more bird follicles under the skin layer, which give a cool shade. I also added more yellow color to forehead. The forehead is more bony, so we see more yellow there, that on cheeks, and warm light is shining on it, so let's add more yellow there. I also decided to add ambient occlusion to her face. It will look more voluminous this way. I would probably recommend it making the base layer of the face darker. It is easier to lighten dark things carefully and quickly than to darken large areas of light. I added even more yellow color to the skin. I like the way the skin looks, then it has a lot of shades on it. I darkened the chin and I made the middle of it more yellow. The two have a bone and more fat here. I added darkening to the corners of the lips and the upper lip. The upper lip will always be darker and colder, and I also added a transparent purple color to it because our shadows are always colder. And I added more warm pink to the middle of her lower lip through the overlay. We make the fabric less contrasting and more smoother and add more interesting shades there. Warm to the light, cold to the bottom. I was so spoiled that I just smeared a bright purple in the shadow of the folds of the fabric and I like it. Then I removed all the boring white color from the gold stripes. Since they in shade, they can't be that bright. I also like to add a bright orange color to the shade of gold. The metal also reflects the shades that are nearby, so you can add purple from the cape. Here I add more and more shading using dark red color. I do this with a soft large brush. There was not enough light under the eyebrows. These bright spots under David's eyebrow are clearly visible. The light was too bright in the area of the bridge of the nose. I added a little more shadow there. It is with the help of this shadow at the bridge of the nose that you can create a different nose shape. In the original picture, the nose was just a flat patch of light. I made it sharper by adding one small bright highlight to that center. And here I'm messing around and showing how the shape of the nose changes. depending on the you draw the shadow. And now we're done. I'll be waiting for you at our course. If you enjoy it, see you.